Driving is believing.
This sucker's quick.
That we've got to do our part.
It's new, it's interesting, it's exciting, and I want one.
It's the flashy new ride on the showroom floor.
That's where an engine used to be.
The Ford Mustang Mach-E, an electric performance SUV.
We have sold every one that we've had available to sell.
There's no revving the engines here, but electric cars are taking off.
It's basically electric motor, wheels, and a battery pack.
Electric vehicles, or EVs, they exchange an internal combustion engine for a series of batteries. So instead of filling up at the pump, drivers are plugging in.
It's like plugging in your phone at night.
A future of the automobile industry that is electric.
President Joe Biden signed an executive order in early August setting a new target.
That by 2030, half of new vehicles sold will be electric vehicles.
The administration says all the major automakers are on board.
So what does this mean? This means jobs.
But it's up to the manufacturers which plants make the switch. That puts Kentucky on alert.
But we want to make sure that the major players are in Kentucky.
The auto industry already drives Kentucky's economy. Ranking as the third biggest auto producing state in the U.S., the Commonwealth cranks out more than 1 million vehicles each year. And they're all made in one of Kentucky's 4 major auto plants. The 2 Ford facilities in Louisville, Toyota's largest plant in the world in Georgetown, and General Motors' Corvette plant in Bowling Green. On top of that, the state is home to hundreds of supplier plants. All of that combined employs more than 52,000 people. So when it comes to going electric, there is a lot on the line.
We are actively working with a number of really exciting possibilities.
Governor Andy Beshear says he wants to make sure those jobs are not lost in the transition, like what happened when coal collapsed, leaving entire Kentucky communities jobless.
We got to make sure that doesn't happen. On electrification.
Union leaders say they're already part of state and federal discussions.
We're going to build electric cars, right? We're going to have hybrids. So what we need to do is let them know that we're able to do it. We're able to do it here.
But so far, other states are paving the way. Manufacturers in Ohio, Tennessee, Georgia are building brand new battery plants. In Michigan, expanding for new lines of EVs. Kentucky has yet to make any significant announcement.
I'm sure that Kentucky is in the cards for automakers as they plan the electrified future.
To gain perspective on this, WDRB News interviewed several industry experts.
We think that Kentucky plants are very safe, but that does not mean to turn a blind eye.
The truth of the matter is that an electric vehicle just has so many fewer moving parts.
They don't believe anything drastic will happen overnight, but there is a chance some manufacturing jobs will vanish.
It is concerning because electric vehicles do not take as many people to assemble.
It will require some reskilling in the industry.
Some companies are not waiting to shift gears.
I believe there's a responsibility for facilities like ours.
Metalsa in Elizabethtown makes frames mainly for the Ford F-150N Expedition and the Lincoln Navigator. In July, Metalsa announced it would start making parts for electric vehicles too.
If you're not learning how to do new things in our type business, then you're going to get passed by someone. And we work very, very hard to be a leader in the industry.
The company is hiring hundreds of workers to make battery packs, cradles, and frames, some going to the new Ford F-150 Lightning.
It's the mother lode for Ford.
At Bill Collins Ford, they're cautiously optimistic. While it's the hot new thing, it's not for everyone just yet.
It's a very small percentage right now of consumers that really will buy an EV.
Kevin Collins believes there are roadblocks before drivers commit to EVs, like long road trips. EVs, depending on the make and driving conditions, go an average of 100 to 400 miles before needing a recharge.
Certainly range is critical.
Another possible sticking point is cost. The Mach-E starts close to $43,000, and then
the additional investment in charging stations, what's that mean for your home and your office?
EV supporters say the savings outweigh the cost.
Well, with an electric car, you don't have oil changes. You don't have a belt breaking when it's, least convenient.
Stuart Unger bought his first electric car 7 years ago. He now manages a nonprofit, Evolve KY, that educates drivers about EVs and installs community charging stations that are free to use.
We've installed chargers at 35 locations in southern Indiana and Kentucky, all over Kentucky.
And combined with other efforts, there are 85 electric charging stations across Louisville so far. President Biden wants to build a nationwide network of public charging stations. That's part of the infrastructure bill under negotiation in Congress. And the version that passed the Senate last week sets aside $69 million for Kentucky to do this,
so that people can feel comfortable purchasing electric vehicles.
Congressional Democrats are also hoping to boost consumer tax credits for buying EVs.
When you look at cost of ownership over a long amount of time, it totally makes sense.
Ultimately, consumers will have the final say, paying for what they really want to drive.
Hey, 10 years from now, it may be something else.
Gas up, charge up, or whatever could be next.
Time will tell whether they're overrated or underrated.
And whether Kentucky can continue leading the charge in the auto industry. Reporting in Louisville, Katrina Helmer, WDRB News.